how long time I'm gonna be here after I come back. Say without going back to Brazil. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be fire. My parents doesn't know about it. You know,
Yeah.
I didn't talk to them or with my brother, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm really excited. It's gonna be nice to see my friends playing volleyball there again. Like probably I'm gonna have a tournament there. So
Yo, that's fire. Oh,
yeah, it's
yo,
gonna be
that's
nice.
fire, bro. That's
It's gonna be nice,
bro,
but
that's fire.
I'm gonna miss even if I'm staying in Brazil like for 26 days. Yeah, 26 days. I'm gonna miss this.
Yeah. Oh, I was
Even this.
missing this too. That's
Yeah,
that view is still so fire,
that
bro.
that is fuck, bro.
Yeah.
So uh, how do you feel about life? About
Bro, I can't
yeah,
walk, bro. What you mean
yeah,
I feel
I
about
know,
life? I can't walk.
I know, but
It's tragic.
it's it's better than you thought. Even
Yeah,
if
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah. Thankfully, yeah, they called me today. I didn't break anything or fracture anything, so
yeah, that's fire.
I
You
mean,
did
it's
you
yeah,
did went to the doctor. I thought you
yeah. The
wouldn't go.
doctor and the specialist, they were just basically getting on me about that. So, yo, one thing though, because I had to work obviously the past 2 weeks in Hoboken,
Mm,
and I can't walk down the stairs to get to Hoboken, and there's pretty much no other way but the stairs or that hill.
mm,
So it's like I really do miss that walk, honestly. Like the walk in the morning, because I be taking it with my AirPods out sometimes,
mhm.
and just watching like everything flourish in the morning. Because when I open at Jersey Mike's, I have to leave at like 6 or like 7. But yeah, it's a journey,
Yeah,
bro.
it's
I
cool.
miss it. I miss it. Yeah, it's so cool because when you walk through Hoboken at 6 a.m., 7 a.m., yo, it's dumb quiet. The water's just calm. There's no one outside yet. Yeah, everyone's
Yeah.
asleep because everyone gets up to go to their 9 to 5 at like 8 or 9. So
Mhm.
they're not really up and moving, and
Yeah.
it's dead quiet. And then, bro, as soon as 10 a.m. hits, bro, everyone is going up and down
Yeah,
the
it's a
street.
rushing time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So it's so crazy to walk by
Rush
and see
hour.
that transformation of like no one outside to everyone's moving and busy within an hour. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But I definitely do miss that walk. 'Cause I literally cannot walk down the stairs. I will die. I will die on those stairs. Dead eyes.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's about appreciate the little things. Yeah. Um, we have this talk. We have this conversation a few times ago. So yeah, you have to be that. How can I say? You have to appreciate the little things. Even this walk.
Yeah.
You're missing.
Yeah. And it's so crazy because I never thought I wouldn't be able to walk.
Yeah.
So it's something that I really took for granted that I now see. And I think that a lot of things in life we take for granted until we lose it. You can't really like fully appreciate something until you lose it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Whether it be
I
like
agree.
people or places or things, never really
Yeah.
gonna see. Yeah.
Yeah. I miss Brazil, but not at all. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of I adjust myself well
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
You
No, I
know,
understand.
you I make a lot of friends here. Not a lot, but the best ones that
Yeah. Yeah.
that
Not a
I
lot,
could
but the
have.
meaningful ones.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
meaningful ones. Yeah. So yeah, I like my life here, bro. We are able to have this view. That's insane. In the night is better.
Oh no, it's gonna blow up tonight because of the Knicks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know.
they're gonna burn down the city if they lose. Like I'm not gonna lie to you, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, all you gonna see is fire and flames and shit, bro. It's gonna be so bad.
And all the noise, ambulances and police
Yo,
cars.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
know.
bro. Call the National Guard. Yeah, bro. It's over. It's over.
You know
Yo,
what?
when they won the first game, or like no, when they won the game that sent them to the finals, me and Katie were on the roof, and we literally saw the entire city get like lit up, all the buildings with like orange and blue from the
Orange,
rooftop,
blue. Yeah.
and then like 2 seconds later, all we saw was like literal smoke, cause like when you see off into the distance and like the smoke creates like damn, what's the best way to like a blurry vision in the
Yeah,
air.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, bro, we saw that, and Kaden was like, "Yo," he was like, "That is from the fire, bro.
They're
That's
gonna
from the
blow
fire.
the city.
Yeah, that's how.
Yeah.
That's from the fire that they're lighting because the Knicks won, bro." He was like, "I don't want to know what they're gonna do to the city if they lose." Yo, it's so bad. It's so bad.
Yeah, but it's gonna
Yo,
be nice. By the way, the game is almost beginning, guys.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but
30
yeah,
minutes.
we
Actually,
have
it started
30
right now.
minutes.
No, it
We
started right now. Yeah.
no, we have 30 minutes. Yeah, because they don't really start it
Oh
like
yeah,
yeah.
facts, facts.
Let me see. Yeah, we have 15 minutes.
Yeah.
8:30.
But what's it called? Yeah.
Yeah,
Drifting back to you in Brazil, yo, it's
yeah,
gotta be
it's
fire
gonna
to
be
go back there
nice.
because
It's gonna be
your
nice.
parents are still there.
Yeah.
And a big part of you coming to America and going to college and all that, because you're about to go to college and play and
Yeah.
stuff, is like you did it for your parents, because
Of
your mom
course.
was always saying that you were staying home and stuff, and yeah, a big part of our lives is just
Is it about to
unfortunately,
begin?
yeah, it's unfortunately recognizing that our parents do a lot for us when we're young and we're like really unappreciative of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that in a lot of relationships, like whether it be romantic or platonic, I try and make it balance out as 50-50 as I can most days. But I think that like your parents are going to be the one relationship where it's so dependent on them,
Yeah.
And so for you to come to the United States and have success and go to college and find a job and stuff, like, you feel that push back a little bit. It's like not 90%, 10% anymore. It's like 80-20,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
like that's a big feeling, bro. That's a big
Yeah.
feeling.
Actually, when I leave my home, the first place was in 2019.
Yeah.
I live by myself. I feel it this way, like
Yeah.
it's not like it's not more like 90-10%, they pushing 90 and me only with
Yeah.
10%.
Yeah.
It was like 50-50 because I was like living by myself, I was doing my shit, like it was
Yeah.
good. And then when I come to America, it was, bro, I you know I get a job here. Yeah, I was living by myself, doing my own decisions, like thinking only in me, only about me. And yeah, and it was cool. For the first time I felt like uh one, how can I say, 1 ton, like the weight,
Oh, 1 ton.
1 ton
Yeah.
getting out of my back,
Like a weight
like,
lifted off your shoulder.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, actually, you know so it was nice. It's gonna be nice being in Brazil again, but now, like, more wise, like talk speaking another language. It's gonna be nice. They would be very proud.
Proud. Yeah.
They would be very
Proud.
proud of
Yeah.
me. So
Yeah. Yo,
yeah.
my on the topic of parents, because that really is an important relationship in our life,
Mm,
and yeah, parents are just unfortunately the one relationship that's always going to be so unbalanced, until later in our lives when we have to take care of our parents. It's going to be so unbalanced for what, like 60 years, 50 years, so it's really unfortunate that it is that way, but it is what it is. And I think that parents kind of just recognize that, and they're like, yo, we have to make sacrifices for our kids, which just kind of puts more weight on us. But at the same time, it's just about what you do with it. You know what I mean? The weight is
yeah.
only as much as you make it. If you just constantly be a better person every day. Try and be kind. Try and be successful. Try and
Yeah.
be intelligent, and just work your way towards the top. Like your parents are gonna feel that, and they're
Yeah.
not gonna be as on your ass as before, And if you make a mistake, well, honestly, from what I see from a lot of people now, is I think that parents are much softer with their parenting. Just from like seeing my friends around me. Well, actually, a lot of my friends don't have that, which is very good. But yeah, just things I see online and people around me is like parenting is a lot softer now. But my
Yeah.
mom is not scared to call me out on my bullshit, bro. And I'm so thankful for that, bro. Like
Yeah.
sometimes like my mom, she'll be on my ass and she'll be like, yo, what the fuck you doing? You're stupid. And I'm just like, what is my mom talking about? You know what I mean? Like everyone has that feeling like, what are you talking about, mom? You know what I mean? But
Hmm.
sometimes when she calls me out on my bullshit, I'm generally like, damn, bro, I gotta lock in.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful for that one out of like 10 times that I feel that way, because I know myself, and I know the moments that I have to lock in. So that one
Hmm.
moment means a lot. And I
Hmm.
was having a conversation with my mom the other day where I was telling her like, yo, I'm getting good grades, because my mom always gets on me for doing too much for other people but not myself, and she gets like really mad when I do stuff like that. But I was telling her that, yo, like, I've been getting good grades. I've been being successful. Well, before I hurt myself, I was doing pretty good with like athletics and stuff and grades and just being around the house and waking up early, just everything, bro. And she was telling me like, "Yo, Dan, I'm happy that you feel that way, because that's like that speaks to your moral compass and like how good of a person you are, that you want your mother to feel that way, but I don't want you to feel that way." And I was like, kind of like, whoa, what do you mean, mom? She was like, I don't want you to feel indebted to me for the rest of your life. Like I want you to live
Yeah.
your life the way that you want to live it, and I don't want you to feel indebted to anybody, like including myself. You were
Yeah.
there for that
Yeah.
conversation,
I
and she
were.
was like, even if it's like your own mother, I don't want you to feel that way. Live your life the way that you want to live your life, and if that's going above and beyond for other people, then yo, do that. And I was kind
Yeah.
of sitting
I
behind the
was
plate. You
there.
saw me. I was like,
I was there. I was
damn, yo,
there.
that.
It was nice,
Yeah, hearing my
and
mom say that really meant a
it
lot.
is really nice of her, uh, thinking that way for your life, because our parents is gonna see like, yo, I took this responsibility of raising a child too early. In my case, my parents were too young,
Yeah.
but it's nice. It is cool when you're succeeding in your life and your parents seeing like, yo,
Facts.
that old job, that old work that I had raising this fucking children,
Yeah, yeah,
raising
yeah,
this fucking
yeah.
children, it worth it. Like
Facts.
it worth it. Like they're not doing this waiting something back. Like that we do something back to her,
Yeah.
to them.
They're not waiting for you to do something
Yeah,
back. Yeah.
yeah, they're not waiting for something for myself doing something back to them.
In
So,
return, yeah.
but uh, they're really proud. Like
Facts.
they
Facts.
gonna be really proud if I
Facts.
succeed. Like yeah, it's a good feeling, bro. It's a good feeling. I know
Facts.
you feel like that right now because you always have a great conversation with your mother,
Yeah.
and she always like saying, "Yo, like you're doing right." Like it's hard for our parents. Like we have this conversation before, saying like for our mothers. Actually, my dad always say that. But my mother is really. It is not that common. She say like, "I'm really proud of you." So
Facts. Facts.
when she says, it means a lot.
Facts.
It
Yeah,
means a lot.
it's because my mom growing up just always held me to like a really high standard. Like no matter what I did in school or what I did in athletics, she was always kind of just like pushing me more. She would watch she would watch me play volleyball, and she didn't really understand, but she'd just be like, okay, and just kind of walk off. You know what I mean? There were some times where she'd like give advice or like tell me stuff that she was proud of. She'd be like, "Yo, way to set Caden Sabian the ball."
Mm,
Like it's pretty good. She was like,
yeah.
"I don't know what you did, but it looked good." You know what I mean? Like, but nah,
Yeah.
she's always like that, and I think that a part of the reason, honestly, and I think that all children go through this at the age of like 14 to like 17 or 18, was I was like really disrespectful to my mom at certain points in my life.
Yeah.
And I think that it's unfortunate, and I do regret it a lot, but it's
So
just
do
something
I,
that has to
bro.
happen.
So
Yeah.
do I.
Like there was this one time, yo, funny story, but like this really was like not funny in the moment. But my mom, she found out I was getting like a C in a class in middle school, right? And this was like right around when I started dating that girl that I dated for like a really long time, right? So we would
Mm.
walk to school together and stuff. So it's middle school, and she comes out, she's like, "Yo, no more playing football with Gio, Caden, and Luis in the morning in the courtyard, because like the courtyard's right across the street, so it used to be
Yeah.
like a 2 minute walk." And I just looked at her. I was like, "Yo, what are you talking about? Like, I'm gonna go anyway. I don't really care." And she was like, "No, you're not. You're staying here." And I was like, "All right, whatever. But I'm at least gonna welcome my girlfriend to school." And she was like, "No, you're not, because you're staying here." And I was like, "All right, watch." So I go to leave, right, and she's like, "You better be going to school." And I'm like, "All right." So I go out, right, and like you walk down this block, and like the way I went to go to her house was right, and the school was to the left. And
Yeah.
like as I'm walking down, she has her head out the window because you can see down the block. She's like, "Dennis, you better be going to school." And I'm walking down, and I'm just like shaking my head at her, bro. I make that right, yo. I actually have never had it, bro. This is the moment I realized my mom stood on business, because I busted the right. I was like walking back with her. Yo, when I got home that day, bro, my dad was waiting for me. Oh no, bro. Yo, I walked inside. I got
Oh
home from school.
shit.
She's like, "Yeah, you thought shit was sweet, huh?" Boom, your father's here. And he walks out the door. I'm like, "Oh, nah, bro."
Damn.
That shit was raps. But nah, it's important to like. I mean, that's more of like one of like more funnier stories, but like it's important to have respect for your parents. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
what I did was not like appropriate or cool at all. You know what I mean? Like that shit
Yeah.
was low key like some loser shit to do. But nah,
Yeah.
bro. I like growing up, my relationship with my mom has changed so much, and it genuinely did all start from the fact that like throughout my entire life, my mom has put so much focus on my academic success and
Mm.
never anything else really. My dad always put effort into my athletic success because he was my coach for like a really long time, and yeah, there was this one day where I was doing really, really, really bad, like mentally my senior year, and I genuinely wanted to just run away from it all, and I did. I missed a lot of assignments. Any teacher that I had would tell you that was a terrible student my senior year, and they called us into the meeting, and I would always have conversations my senior year with my mom about life and how I think people should do good for themselves, but also for other people, and that's how like we value ourselves as human beings, is like ourselves, but also helping other people, and how people don't do that enough,
Hmm.
and all that. So my mom knew that I was learning something like from a moral standpoint, but my grades just weren't reflecting it. So we went to this meeting. My mom, kind of embarrassing, I'm not gonna lie. I can't say what she said because it was kind of out of pocket. But we walk out, and she's like, you're doing really bad academically, but it doesn't make sense because you're learning so much as a human being. Like you're starting to be there for other people that aren't yourself, and you don't normally do that. Like you're normally a really selfish person. And I was like, yeah, I agree. And she was like, but you know what? Even though you're not doing well academically, I'm proud of you for growing as a person and being there for other people. And honestly, like that means a lot more than a letter in a grade book could ever mean. I kind of just looked at her. I was like, yo, what did you do with my mom? You know what I mean? Because my mom would never say. I thought it was a test, honestly, but her saying that genuinely meant so much to me, like so much to me. She was like, yeah, your morals have improved, your overall like character, quality, being there for other people and supporting them. And she started to like tear up. She was like, yo, I'm genuinely like proud of you, even though you're failing like all your classes. And I was like, yo, thank you, mom. I gave her a hug.
Yeah, yeah. It's like what she could did, what she could do when you were a kid, when you were growing up, to know, like, for you being good at school and academic stuff. She did, like,
Facts.
the most important part right now is like she's seeing that you are a human being, like,
Yo, facts.
you're doing good with that. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it matters if you like fail in some classes or something like this. It matters because this is not gonna be good for you. But it's more important being a good human. Like, is more important have morals, character. You know, and I think, yeah, she did well. Like, her work, her works was like finished
Yeah.
because you are a good guy.
Yo, thank you, bro. I
You're a good
appreciate
guy.
that a lot,
You
bro.
know,
Thank you, bro. I appreciate
yo,
that so
bro,
much.
I cannot say how much grateful I am for you, particularly for you, for Caden, for Math, for Adrian, with all the conversation that we had,
Yeah.
with all the help that you guys always does for me, do for me actually. So basically, when your mom say she's proud of you, is because of that. Like,
Yeah.
you didn't even know me. You, like, like, you took care of me in some points of my life. Like,
Yeah.
you say, oh, you want to go college? Yo, I can put you on college. Like, you want to play volleyball for college? I can put you in.
Yeah.
Like, bro, that means a lot. That means a lot. Like, you didn't even know me.
Yeah.
And thanks God you have like a good sense to know people, to like,
Yeah, bro.
to
I was just about to say
see.
like it really did take me like a month maybe to figure out like how you are, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Because there's like dicey situations that you meet when you genuinely start to like connect with somebody, and their reaction based off that is how you're gonna interpret them, you know what I mean? Like my perception is just based off how people react to situations, not the situations they put themselves in. Because life is gonna put you in bad situations regardless of what you do, trust me.
Hmm.
But it's like how do you react to those situations? And seeing you handle them well, I was just like, yo, this guy's a good person. So why wouldn't I help him out? You know what I mean? And I think that really does come down to what I didn't realize with my mom when she was telling me all that was that, anybody can open a book or study for a while and get good grades. Not saying it doesn't take hard work or that it doesn't come naturally to certain people
Yeah.
and stuff like that, but anybody can do that stuff. But it's really up to ourselves to be able to kind of venture off into our own journey internally and externally to be able to develop a good, strong character. And that's
Hmm.
something that not everyone can do. Like specifically when I coach, it's like, yo, I can coach you into good volleyball, or I can coach you into what I want you to be, but I can't coach you showing up. I can't coach you being a good human being. Like those are all things that you have to figure out and have conversations with for yourself.
Yeah.
And that's a mentality that I took growing up all the time. Like I would be in class just like, yo, I can get better at the sport all I want. I can go get reps. I can go do whatever. But at the end of the day, like I have to sit with myself and venture into it. That's why there were nights where I generally like really struggled internally with volleyball stuff, but also more importantly, like what I was gonna do with my life and how I was gonna face certain adversaries both on and off a court that had to do
Hmm.
with my success on a court, and that's very important. Genuinely, that's very important. Because if you're not showing up and doing everything possible that you can do, then you're not doing something right. Genuinely, you're not going to be the best.
Yeah.
And I like Jimmy. I like talking to Jimmy a lot because I had a conversation with Jimmy one time, my first ever conversation. Just like, bro, he was like, it generally makes me mad when I'm sitting around not doing anything because that means that someone else is on the court getting better. That's fire. That's fire, genuinely. Because we used to wake up like 5 a.m. to go shovel off the courts at Washington and just go play before school. And then we would still go back afterward and play more volleyball after school.
Yeah.
And that was before we got introduced to like high school, club, all that stuff. You know what I mean? That was
Mhm.
all of that was just a byproduct of the work that we were putting in, the person who we were. You know, that was a reflection of that. You know, because when we were sitting there, and I still remember it was summer of 2022 when Caden first tried out for side out.
Mm.
And like when he made that national team, it was like, bro, we didn't talk about anything volleyball related. Really, we just talked about how we always showed up and how we had good people always there for us. But good people were always there for us, like Willie, Anthony, and them, because we weren't disrespectful. We always showed up. We always made sure to pay their efforts back. You know what I mean? That made them want to keep showing up for us. They wanted to do that, you know? Sure, they were like, yo, they're fucking ass. You know what I mean? Like, yo, these kids are ass. But like, they still let us show up because we were persistent. You know what I mean? That's what
Yeah.
really matters. They were like, yo, these kids are good kids. You know, that's what matters. Nobody wants
Yeah.
to help somebody that is a bad person.
Yeah.
Nobody sees someone look at someone else and be like, fuck you, and then goes to themselves, y'all want to help that person.
Yeah.
That's not how that works, bro. Like, what? No one wants to help you, bro.
Yeah. I mean, damn. I would like to express myself like this, bro. You know, like I know my English is not that good, but you know, I got everything, and I agree with everything that you say. Uh, pretty simply, the part of Jimmy
bro.
part. You know, like Jimmy's
Jimmy,
conversation
bro,
part,
Jimmy's my guy, bro. I love Jimmy
bro.
so much.
Yeah, it was like I struggled with that, exactly with that, and because I didn't have a lot of opportunities in Brazil to play volleyball like high level and stuff like this. You know, because there was every time that I was doing like practicing, doing my stuff related to volleyball,
Yeah.
there was only a thing that would like, you know, like I wasn't able to do it because of that thing.
Yeah.
You know,
I see what you mean.
so sometimes was work, sometimes was I'm travel, sometimes what the fuck am I going to do with my life? You know, like should I go to college in Brazil? Should I go like just work? Should I go, you know, like I didn't see I didn't have a perspective of life
Yo,
that I'm having here right now.
Yeah.
You know, so basically, there was a part of my life that volleyball wasn't too important. You know, but once I got here, it turned, and every time that I'm home, like bro, I should be practicing.
Yeah.
You know, like I should be doing something to getting good or better at this sport.
Yeah.
At this sport, because
But
I'm gonna play high level right now.
yeah.
You know, and I'm 26, so which means I have more 10 years to play high level, and then it's over because my body is gonna,
Yeah.
you know, I will get old and stuff like this.
I think that like Jimmy is someone that generally always shows up. Like Jimmy and Abron, bro, more than anybody, Jimmy and Abron always show up, and I have so much respect for them for that. So much respect, bro.
You're
much.
like 1 hour and a half away.
Yeah, but I think that as long as you're showing up to the mandatory things as well as like the extracurriculars and stuff.
Yeah.
When I'm at work, I really don't stress like that. You know, I'm not like, yo, I gotta go get my reps or like I gotta go do something. You know what I mean? No, it's like I already showed up to do what I can do. It's the same thing for exams. I'm not at work like, oh, I need to study. Like I already did all that I could by showing up consistently on time, sometimes even early, most of the time even early, every single day. So if I'm showing up to do the bare minimum every day and put in my maximum amount of effort above the bare minimum, then I don't have to worry when I'm doing things like work because I already did my max, bro. If this is my max and I'm already pushing 120, then what is going 150 and tearing my brain apart going to do? Nothing, genuinely. So I might as well just sit there and enjoy my time, work to the best of my ability, and just take it from there. That's really what my mindset is. And there's nothing wrong.
Yeah, word.
And there's nothing wrong with wanting to do more. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a great thing. But I think that there's a difference between going hard and going so hard that at a certain point your muscles just get like completely sore and you're just lifting dead weight. You know, sometimes the best thing that your body needs is to rest. And that doesn't just apply to physical aspects too. It applies to your brain mentally.
Yeah.
It applies to yourself spiritually from what you're like receiving and giving in life. Like sometimes, bro, you genuinely just need a break. You generally just need a break. And I think people like Abron and Jimmy and just all those people that show up every single day, like Caden, Adrian, them, you know, those are the people that don't need to worry about those kinds of stuff. But I know
Hmm.
a lot of other people that are like, bro, you're not even doing the bare minimum. You know what I mean? You have extra opportunity, you're not taking it. Why? You know? And I think that we're at an age where that generally matters. Like 20 is the age where it generally matters, where you got to take everything that's handed your way, everything,
Hmm.
everything, everything, bro. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's my take.
Word.
My take,
Word.
bro.
Yeah. Oh, good that. Okay.
Look, it's already getting, bro. You can't.
Damn.
It's already getting hazy, bro. They're already starting to smoke, bro. Yo,
Yeah,
it's
look at
raps.
that,
It's
bro.
raps for that city. It's raps for that city,
Yeah.
bro.
See ya, guys.